My last video on the Pocket Pod got 17,000 views, which is for me honestly insane. So first of all, I want to say thank you, seriously. But apparently comparing a 15-year-old Pocket Pod to a Quad Cortex made some people lose their mind. Even though the whole point was never to make a real comparison in the first place. It was to create a, let's say, realization. A tiny old multi-effect unit versus a modern high-end IR-loaded, NAMM-loaded guitar computer. Of course, that's not a fair comparison, but that was exactly the point. The idea was not to find out if Pocket Pod can compete with a Quad Cortex, because obviously it can't. Point was never. This is just as good as the Quad Cortex. The point was, you don't always need the newest, most expensive piece of gear to make good music, write riffs, get inspired, or become a better guitarist. And before you run off and buy the newest high-priced shite, maybe check out what you already have and try to pull the best out of that. That was the intention and the purpose of the video. And I think that's a great and inspiring thought, isn't it? Having that said, I read a lot of comments from you guys, and I really want to thank you for the mostly constructive feedback. And one name came up again and again. Veloton with the GP5 or the GP50. A lot of you mentioned it, and I took that advice seriously, so where is it? Here it is, the Veloton GP50. And what we do first is listen to two tracks, one with a more old schooly sound and one with a more, let's say, modern sound. And afterwards, I'll give you feedback on what made the most difference to me. It's your turn. Now please don't focus on what's good and what's bad, rather focus on what are the hearable sound differences. I want to know in the comments, and I'll give my 5 cents later on. equalizing. Let's do this. We're taking the same presets, but we're sending them all, every preset from the device, through the same IR. Say the QC sounds a lot more dynamic. The response while playing was much more nuanced than the other two, while the Velaton kind of tries to, but is not really capable to build a sound spectrum and a defined, nuanced response as the QC. And if you listen to the tracks of the pod, this might work, but not with every genre. I would say the more gain you put into it, the more it works. But at this point, you really have to ask yourself what kind of music you want to make. If it's kind of on the edge of breakup, John Mayer-ish tones, you might want more definition, you might want more dynamics, and you will be a lot more happier with a QC where you can fiddle around more nuanced than on the Pod Go. Question here, is this just a handling thing? Because it's easier to dial in a QC instead of a Pod Go? Or is it really the sound quality? The Pod Go would be the, oh, I've got something in my basement solution. The Velaton would be the solution for, well, I want to buy something, but I don't want to spend, I don't know, 1,600 euros or dollars on a new device. And the QC would be the all-in-one solution if you want to gig, if you want to properly produce music, if you want to carry around, if you want to go on tour, if you want to store presets from different bands, if you're like a traveling musician like, I don't know, Martin Miller, Nico Schingimann, Charles Berthoud, or somebody of them are, that's maybe the perfect solution for you. But if you're in like here, like me, in a small room and just want to produce for yourself, the Velaton is a very, very, very decent alternative for that.